Hey everybody, today is November 20th, 2023. I'm Gene, and welcome to the Monday edition of Hanging with Uncle. Hope everybody's doing well out there right now. And I kind of wanted to talk about polls because we have 1 year till, general elections, and a lot of talk is coming out now on who's ahead in the presidential polls. And honestly, I think that's just for ratings. It's not important right now. It's over a year away. There could be a lot of significant factors that happen between now and then, unforeseeable things. So when I look at polls, I could really care less. I just kind of laugh right now. But even more funny is why I think they're kind of funny right now because um, Joe Biden has been president for 3 years. And I hear, oh, the economy was so much better under Cadet Bone Spurs. Well, I disagree. And let this jet go over. Okay, so in 3 years since Joe Biden has been in office, there have been $4 trillion that have been added to the debt. And under the administration of Cadet Bone Spurs, $8 trillion was added to the debt. That is a point in favor of President Biden and his improved economy because he's adding less debt. And at the same time, also trying to reduce the deficit because remember, the debt and the deficit are two different things. The debt is how much we owe, the deficit is how much more are we spending than are we taking in. That's deficit spending. So they're two different things right now, okay? And the deficit has been reduced under President Biden. That's two things in favor of the American economy. And if you're poor, like me, you've seen your tax burden increase because the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act that was passed under 45's administration was great for the wealthy and the tax breaks that they get. But our tax burden at the bottom end of the spectrum is increasing year by year by year. And so, again, if you're a poor person and you think your economy was so much better then than it is now, you're just playing partisan politics and you're refusing to look at the numbers because the numbers don't lie. And you'll see that when you start doing your taxes this year because now this will be 6 years into that plan, and our burden will continue to increase while the wealthy still maintain all of their tax breaks that are in perpetuity, that will never expire. And again, that reduces income, okay, which gives a higher deficit spending probability. And again, just for me personally, not looking at the national economy, personally for me, I'm doing better now than I did under the previous administration because my tax burden now under President Biden has kind of leveled off. The standard deduction will still not be enough to off. I still won't be able to write off the interest and taxes that I pay on my house because Cadet Bone Spurs took that away to give to the 1%. So I still won't have that. Another benefit I lost I hope they just repeal that uh, law altogether and really just put a stop in trickle down economics because it doesn't work. It only benefits those at the top because nothing trickles out, and the only thing that is different is that the size of their wallets has just gotten bigger. So um, they say, well, we're still not full. We can't trickle down yet. But when it starts to fill up, they just get bigger and bigger storage facilities to put their money in, so nothing trickles except into their pockets. So that's why I say you're just listening to talking points. If you think the economy was better under Bone Spurs than it is now under President Biden, um, stop being a partisan hack and just look at the numbers. See for yourself. Talk to a tax professional and see how your burden is getting bigger and bigger. But another thing why I think polls are inconsequential right now is just because there's too many different factors out there that have yet to be determined, like 91 felony indictments on, the previous administration on the Mango Menace. And I know a lot of sane people will not vote for a convicted felon to be in our White House and run the country and weaponize the Justice Department like he promises to do. And it's just going to be ugly. I see the United States being over if this dumbass gets another shot at the Oval Office. So that's just my opinion. But ignore the polls, because I think if you want to follow the trends, the only polls I really pay attention to are the ones that happen at the ballot box. And if I'm going to follow those trends, again, following the trend in Kentucky and Kansas and Ohio and Wisconsin, the people of this country are opening their eyes and I believe will stop voting for candidates that are going to take their rights away. And the most important one is women's rights. Again, you can mask it all you want. It's discrimination against women and their reproductive rights. It's unconstitutional. It violates, our basic right to procreation. So they're tired of it, and I believe they're going to stop voting for candidates that support that. And that is the poll that I'm looking at. That's the one that's important to me. And I see the trend, and that's what I'm going to follow. And the candidate that runs on protecting women's reproductive rights and her right to choose and to have autonomy between her and her doctor. You remember that doctor-patient confidentiality thing? Stay out of our patient rooms. We're tired of it, and you keep trying to ram minority rule down our throats by trying to take our rights away, but it's not going to work. And again, I call it discrimination because it only targets women. You don't see protests outside men's urology offices where, their reproductive decisions are confidential and protected, and, they can get as much Viagra as they want, but, heaven forbid a woman go get, reproductive care. It's a double standard. It's hypocrisy. It's discriminatory. And that's the poll I'm watching. So if you like what you heard, please hit that subscribe button and also hit that like button. It lets the world know we exist out there. And hit that notification bell on the far right so you'll know when we put new content out there and go live. So having said that, that's all I have for today. Be kind, be safe, and treat each other the way you want to be treated. I'm Gene, and I'll see you on Wednesday.